So here it is. Amazon's stepping up in the big screen game with the 75-inch Fire TV Omni series, now with mini LED technology, paired with the Fire TV Soundbar Plus. And I have to say, just looking at it in person, it's an impressive package. But, as always, the question is, does the experience live up to the hype? Let's start with the display. This is Amazon's mini LED offering in the 75-inch category, and it's using a full-array local dimming system. What that means in real terms is deeper blacks than what you'd typically get from a standard LED, better contrast, and more punchy HDR highlights. Amazon's calling this a brilliant picture with better detail in bright and dark areas, and in practice, it's definitely noticeable, especially when you're watching HDR content like The Boys or Outer Range. The 4K resolution is standard for this segment, but it's the brightness that really makes a difference. At 75 inches, you need a display that can fill your living room with clarity, and this one does that well, even in moderately bright environments. Now, let's talk about the sound because, with TVs this size, display isn't everything. That's where the Fire TV Soundbar Plus comes in. It's Amazon's step beyond just a basic soundbar, integrating Dolby Atmos, Fire TV voice controls, and even Alexa integration. Setup is ridiculously simple, thanks to HDMI ARC support. Once it's connected, you're getting fuller sound than the TV speakers alone can deliver, which is important when your screen is 3/4 of a meter wide. I tested a few movies and some gaming, and the separation between effects, dialogue, and music is clean. It's not quite a 5.1 setup, but for a soundbar, it's solid. The Omni series also comes with Amazon's Fire TV interface baked right in. So this isn't just a dumb display with a soundbar, it's a full smart TV experience. Navigation is smooth, apps load quickly, and having Alexa built in means you can just ask for your shows, adjust volume, or even control smart home devices without ever touching the remote. And speaking of the remote, the new Fire TV remote feels premium, with dedicated buttons for popular streaming services, which is nice for quick access. One feature that's really interesting on the Omni Mini LED is the adaptive picture mode. The TV can automatically adjust brightness and color depending on ambient light, which can be great if your room has big windows or varying lighting throughout the day. Personally, I prefer manual calibration for critical viewing, but this feature is convenient for everyday TV watching. The build quality is what you'd expect from Amazon's higher-end hardware. The screen is sleek, the bezels are slim, and it doesn't feel cheap, which is important when you're mounting something this big on a wall or placing it on a stand. Cable management is decent, though with a setup this size, you'll want to plan where your HDMI and power cables are going. Gaming performance is another point to consider. The Fire TV Omni isn't specifically a gaming TV, but the input lag is competitive enough for casual gaming. Pair that with a next-gen console or PC via HDMI 2.1, and you'll have a good experience, especially if you're not chasing the absolute fastest response times like a dedicated gaming monitor would provide. 4K HDR games look vibrant, and Mini LED helps keep dark scenes visible without crushing the blacks. Now, let's touch on pricing and value. A 75-inch Mini LED with integrated Fire TV, plus a quality soundbar, isn't cheap, but compared to buying a separate TV